Uh, in our vision, nature evolved with five kingdoms, and we think we must have animals always in the field, in the soil. Um, this context, once the orchard is new, we cannot have ruminants because they will destroy everything, but we can adapt chickens with this fence, not only for retain the, the chickens inside, but also for avoid the dogs and the foxes to eat them. This mobile chicken mobile is a version 5.4, maybe something like that. We start with Joel Salatin models and Richard Perkins models, after some greenhouse with skis models, but nothing work in our context. We have heavy and clay soils. We developed this one. We can produce each one for a little more than 1,100 euros, and no, 1,000 euros, and can have 100 chickens. Okay, it's from is have opacity from one side and transparency from the other. We can adapt them in the winter for have more light, and in the summer for add some shadow. Okay, we can also adapt the flux of the air, the window. We can. It's a greenhouse with wheels. Okay. So here is.
Explica que no meio das árvores tens os arbustos de flores para criar biodiversidade
Yeah.
e puxar os polinizadores, é importante. In the middle of the trees we have flowers for the insects, the pollinators. Thank you, Pedro. So I think here is it's funciona, works because my bees are always there.
And for the chickens to sleep, the animals, do they stand like in? Is there a structure so that, like with logs, troncos, para elas dormirem?
Yes, they have têm poleiros, but at the night we close it inside. In the morning we open the door. Yes, águias.
Já aconteceu.
Eagles.
A lot. When they are small, yes, we have that problem.
We lost half of one group of the birds with the eagles. We we are distracted.
Why one day? Where is the animals? They are disappeared.
Yeah, more than 50.
Yes, one day I saw
A buffet.
Águia.
No bodies, nothing. They just took
Águia
Yeah.
doing
a free buffet. All you
Yeah.
can eat.
and open it like helicopter.
But when they are small, when they are like this bigger,
They don't. No.
No. With this size, we don't have the problems with the eagles, but we have with another predators and with the dogs also.
And the fox.
Everybody likes the chickens.
I put mirrors on the top of the chicken coop with mirrors, and then the eagles they kind of get like light struck,
Okay.
and it really helps. We
But
never had problems.
With this size, you don't have problems. And in the adaptation zone, we have one net. So,
Paolo, one question: is there a pattern of fruit trees?
no.
No pattern.
No,
It's
no. Now, Anna was decided the collocation with some science, some things, some agronomists help us, but we don't have a specific pattern.
Because some trees need more structure for help us to grow. So in the line with olives, We have citrinos.
Citrus.
Okay.
Citrus.
Because they don't need support. Okay. In the other lines that we don't have.
And they need more water also.
And yes,
Citrus needs more water. Yeah. And we have double tubes for irrigation.
And the others are in the other line that don't have olives.
Does it include nitrogen fixing trees?
No, we have clover. We have more clover than the trees for fixed nitrogen. But nitrogen, we have a lot in the atmosphere. If you have the right microbiology, the system works.
One of the why I ask also this question is because when you look at people who design orchards, especially permaculture, there's always this idea of mixing trees all the time. But as a operator of harvester, you need to think about the harvest, you need to think about the watering, you need to think about so many other things than just mixing things up. So I was wondering.
Yes, different water needs.
Yes. I do the both things because each line have one variety, but cada linha tem uma variedade, mas não se repetem.
Each line have a cultivar, a species, or a cultivar from the certain species, but doesn't ever repeat in another lines. Okay.
For harvest is easy because I harvest
one variety, all of them.
one
at one
variety,
time.
yes.
Yeah.
But I have.
But once our goal is have fruit all the year around, and we have fruit for our employers in the factory, and of course also in the farm, and also for the baskets. We don't harvest all in the same day. Okay, our goal is picking each day some.
Like market garden is.
Yeah, similar. Okay.
Chronologically, or like from January till.
No. We have some species. For example, they don't want so many sun, or they need more cold in areas. We think they will be more cold. Others in more sunny zones. Okay.
Yes.
But that's not of lots of science here. This is designed when in one of the first things we do it in the farm was the orchard, so we don't have a lot of knowledge in this time, and neither now. No, we don't know lots about.
You have ducks or guinea pigs or pigs, chicken.
No, now we have only birds, chickens. We have gansus. I don't know geese. We have geese. We have some other birds called fracas. Yeah. So keep walking. Here on my left we have our first beds of market garden. There we did 2 years, I think 2 years ago, or 2 years and a half ago. This is a very clay zone with a lot of compaction. We also have a lot of rocks. Was a big challenge. But adding some compost, we can grow plants and also grow soil, okay? And make the soil better year after year. In the first years was a big challenge. We don't have grow. We have a lot of pest attacks, a lot of insects. But year after year, month after month, the things are flowing better and better. We don't kill insects out more than 1 year and a half, or maybe 2 years. I'm not sure, but we have some strategies for protect from the insects. but we don't kill insects at maybe 2 years. We use this fence for protect the market garden from the dogs. They search for mouses and some rabbits, and is a problem. A lot of holes. In these clay soils, our strategy for the pets was seed grass. If you have grasses, you have much more water infiltration. You don't have clay in your shoes. Yep. And you have always mycorrhiza fungi, even when you have brassicas in the bed. And when you change the culture, you have already the mycorrhizas.
Do you edge it? Like, how do you keep the grass? Do you edge it all the beds?
This is the
we
soil.
pass the
double way hole?
Yeah.
Okay. You can touch it. And then when you put your hand in one bed like here, you really see the potential of compost, what it can do. Well, this one is harder. But
yeah, we have lots of water and some compactation after the rain.
you know, there's a lot of people that were asking about clay and compost, like you see the result. So I don't know if you guys want to touch it. Anything is possible.
Yeah, anything is possible. Even in this pets, we see them for for in the winter we can pass with more easy without clay in our shoes.
Do you only produce your own compost, or you also buy compost?
No, only our. We also have these zones for insect protect. We never we have these corredors. I don't know corredors in. We have these areas. We don't. We in the central area we have the perennial area with trees and some arbustos. I don't know arbustos. Bushes. Okay. And also we have in one zone we see for the winter, the fall and the winter. In another zone we see it for the spring and the summer. So no matter what season we are always one zone for the biodiversity, for the auxiliary insects. We have always habitats for them, okay? Or we try always have habitat zones for the insects.
Oh, can I ask a question? I also use the Sumi system in my garden, but I put on the floor, and mostly of the crops will, like when the water. You had the same problem because I'm seeing here you raised the system.
Yeah.
This is working for you?
Yeah.
Yes.
We can show you in.
Lá embaixo, porque aqui está muito obscuro.
We demonstrate some tools in another zone. We can see all these things working.
So
okay.
This irrigation system, it's called Sumi Soaker. I think it's from Japan, and makes like irrigates for both sides instead of being circles. It's like a rectangle. But when it's close to the soil, the pipe, you have your crops start growing like this, and the water starts eating the water, and nothing gets irrigation. So
we can see them work in the demonstration zone. Okay, but let's walking. Here we have our nursery for the trees. Okay, we are trying to improve the number of the trees in the farm. Some for the more diversity, others for make some shed on for the cows and for the animals, and others for reinforce the fence and make the wind goes more slowly for try have less impact with wind. and less erosion of all the things. This is our zone. Normally we see in the nursery, and after we create this hardening zone for the plants adapted to the future in the field. This is a very thing very easy to do. One small net for the shadow and nothing more. And barrier for the wind is a good idea also. So let's continue. Here we have our chicken nursery, but in the winter we prefer not have small birds. This is adaptation zone for. We have the birds here for 2 weeks, and after they go to the adaptation zone for more 2 weeks, and only after for the field. We produce also our vermicompost. Our beds for the worms are in the soil, but is not very good for the people. Is not very ergonomic, and now we have this one in one table. It's much more easy to handle. We not produce a lot of vermicompost because we only use in teas and seed substrate. We don't use in the beds. Okay.
What kind of worms you have?
How many?
Que tipo de melhores são
California, red California. So you can pass here. Here we have our warehouse for the tools, or some tools. Most of the tools, most of the BCS tools are in the field, in the demonstration area. Most of the tools are, the BCS tools are in the demonstration area, and we'll see them working. Here is our nursery, the seedling nursery. This is a nursery as usual. We have maybe one or two different things. We have a thermical roof. This roof opens or closes if you need more light or less light. We have also a cooling. Is a very interesting system for cool down the greenhouse without spending a lot of money and a lot of energy. We also have one system for water treatment. We make a vortex and we make a magnetization from the water. Someone call hexagonal water or spring water, things like that. But the goal is make the water similar to the rainwater. Okay. At this moment, we don't have much things here. We also are making now our own substrate. We until 2 weeks ago we bought the substrate, the commercial substrate. We are making some tests with our own substrate and seems working very, very, very better.
Did everyone understand what this is in the back? It's clear for everyone? This is the cooling system. It's passive, so no energy except water coming in, and so this is really interesting. And did everyone understand why there's also like a screen on top? It's for less heat, eh?
Yeah, less
and
heat.
Back home we do it to keep the heat. But makes it.
I heard that it was said to imitate rainwater, but I couldn't understand the first part of that.
The system, I can show you. Now we are watering the cooling system, and these fans will create some pressure, some negative pressure, and the air flows through the cooling and makes the same effect as when we get from the water in the beach. We feel some cold because our evaporation. Okay, is similar system. As old seedlings, this was seed in the 28 around 1 month. This is commercial substrate. This is our substrate with compost. Okay, after one month. This is another improved version. This have around 2 weeks, and without fertilization. Okay, only.
Paulo, the commercial substrate is the syrup. It's the syrup.
Yeah, this one. This is the water treatment. Here, the water pressure creates a vortex, and here we have some magnetizations. Okay, so we can structure the water. I don't know scientifically explain that, but there's a lot of books about that. If you want to read someone, I have. So here we have the hardening zone. This small greenhouse is preparing for the hardening, and we also will have. He was moved yesterday or the day before for here, because here we will build one new greenhouse for tomatoes. We also used to have some tables outside of the greenhouse for adapted plants for the difficulties they will find in the field. Okay, in this dam we have all the water from the roofs. Here we have the rainwater from the roofs. Here will be this trailer will be for a slaughterhouse for the chickens. Okay. Here on my right we have the tunnels, the caterpillar tunnels adapted for our context. The big difference is we have adapted them for insect protect. We have insect nets in the sides, and we also have insect nets in the doors. So it can have a double function. They can eat in the winter. You can cool down the temperature in the summer. We paint the roof of the tunnel. We can once we push the plastics up, we have always the net protect for the insect nets for protection for the insects, and we have a double doors. We have the doors for the insects. You have also the doors for eat more the tunnel.
Do you want to talk about that design, Paulo? That closing the door design?
What can I say about?
Like,
was invented by that?
I've never seen it before.
Okay. When we have some difficulties, we try find our solutions, and this is the solution we found for give a better utility to the tunnel. The regular sports doors for the caterpillar tunnels doesn't work in our context, and we decided to invent this one. Yeah, something like that.
Does it stop insects from coming in?
Sorry?
Does it stop insects from coming in?
Yeah, when they do the right procedures, yes. Sometimes the doors are open, but most of times they reduce a lot the insect pressure.
Okay.
Yeah. On my right, we have the dam for the stream who splits the farm in two. We have one stream who splits the farm in two, and we try to catch much more water we can in the winter. It's not enough for all the year, and normally after May, June, we must bring water from the borehole. But it's a problem because the water with a lot of carbonates, bicarbonates, and we are thinking investing in a system for osmosis, inverse osmosis, for remove them, but it's a lot of money. We are thinking if worth the investment. Okay, what our strategy is have many more organic matter in the soil for less water needs. Okay. We add water. Sometimes we are adding more problems to the soil.
Did you dig it yourselves, or was it already?
No, already. Here we have our irrigation station. From here we can control all the sectors, the irrigation of all the sectors, but we can also add some things to the water. For now we are not making any irrigation, but we are producing some fish hydrolysates, and today we are not brewing compost tea, but normally we also making some stuff in another tank. These two tanks, the blue ones, have fish hydrolysate. We are making 400, no, 400. Each tank have 400 liters of fish hydrolysates. We let them fermentate for 1 week, and after we apply in the soils. Okay.
So do you aerate and temperature control, or do you
No, without temperature control. We are trying three different ways. We are making them with Bacillus thuringiensis. No. No. Licheniformis, Bacillus licheniformis. Also, we have with protease from one enzyme from Bacillus licheniformis, one protease, and also with a fungus called Aspergillus orzai. Okay, we are trying the three different ways. Seems in the winter the better way with Aspergillus, and maybe in the summer with the enzyme, the protease enzyme. So here we have finished compost, smell and touch. In this case, we had some biochar. Once we have a lot of compactation problems, biochar will also help in the structure of the soil, I think. We can buy, but we make our own. I will show you. Biochar, in my mind, is also good for water retention and for microorganisms habitats. When we have several conditions of microorganisms, they have microhabitats in the biochar. Then came after when we have water or when we have more oxygen, they can reestablish the population. Okay. Yeah. In this olive oil, we have we have the pasture for the cows. Now the cows are confined. Confined? No, they are not in the olive oil. Are not in the olive oil area in another areas because we have water in the soil, and this will bring compactations and hard pans to the soil. This area are not seeded this year. This is a permanent pasture. We have a lot of species, maybe 20, and we normally we cut twice in the spring, and we leave the third one for reseed, and we only let the cows eat the third production after the seed falls in the soil. Okay, it's a way.
What species of olives do you have?
Most of them are Galega.
Galega?
On your right, we have a pasture seed this year, 2 months ago maybe. We have more than 20 species. Yeah. And one species help others. Ones are better to solubilize or create communities in the rhizosphere for solubilize phosphorus, others potassium, others to sulfur, and the combinations works much better than one species. And even if you have a problem with weather conditions are not good for one species, we have another 19. Okay, so or if we have some insect press in some species, the others still here. Our strategy is have a permanent pastures with permanent species, and in the winter we add some winter species for help them for the freeze. Okay, and in the summer we have C4 species as sorgo, as milheto, some species who are more adapted for the summer and make some shade-on for the other grasses. Okay, this is our strategy for the pastures. Here we have one of the most important tools for who have clay soils. Okay, this is yeoman's plow, and we can break the compactation layer. We can search for them if we have in 20 centimeters, 30 centimeters. We adjust the height of this roll, and these arms. We have a knife in the button. Will destroy the compaction layer. Okay, and in the topsoil seems nothing was done. Okay. We search for the compacted, where is the compaction layer. We adjust the roll, and we can reduce the compactation and put oxygen in the soil. Sometimes we forget. We think plants need nutrients, water, but they also need oxygen. Without oxygen in the soil, we don't have microbiology. And no-till is a very good thing, but if you don't have oxygen, nothing works for sure. Okay?
What do you think about the broad fork, Paolo?
Fantastic tool. I love my workers also.
They love them.
love them too, but they don't. So we can. This is a sprayer we use to tease or for foliars. In a small farm as our, we don't. Is not a smart thing about new equipments. So our option is always buy second-hand equipments. Instead, we send money for Germany or for China. We send the money for the mechanic near to us. But some tools are not available in second hand, as this direct seeder. this direct, this can seed in the fields without tillage. These discs make a small cut in the soil. The seed flows for this tube, and this will close the soil again. We in all our tools, all of our tools, we have most of them always a tank for inoculation. We can put some microorganisms here and put them just where the seed is, okay? This is another tool we have adapted. This is one power error, maybe. This one, the name in English, power error, no?
For sure, I don't know for sure, but maybe for
André? Someone knows the names of this tool in English? Power error, maybe.
It's a error. Yes.
Error, power error. Yeah. Vertical power error. Yeah, okay. So this is a power error. We adapted these seeders, these deposits for seeders. This is connected to GPS, and we can adjust the quantities of the seeder per hectare. We also have the tank for the inoculation. Okay, this tool make a small, not heavy tillage, a light tillage. And does not invert the soil's layers, okay? The soil's horizons. Works like that and make some mobilization, but makes a perfect bed for the seed, and after this roll compact the seeds, and we also can add microbiology in the seeds in the bed, okay? This furnace is for biochar. We can make biochar from anything, but the most intelligent thing is wood chips. We try it with wood, but doesn't work very well. With small parts, with the wood chips, functions very well. Is more easy to fill the furnace. Is already after we bring them from the furnace is already for go to the soil. If we make biochar from wood, we must crash them, and it's a lot of work. On my right, we have these compost piles. These are without manure. That have only vegetables. We have another pile with manure. These have some seaweeds, have some wood chips, have lots of leaves from the parks, have some wood chips from the prunes of city halls, from the municipalities. We try to make solutions for us with problems from the others. In the beach they don't know what to do with seaweeds. We bring them for here. Others don't know how to do with the prawns.
Did you soak it before to get the salt out, or you?
No. This compost was not tested yet, but we put them some seeds to see the effect. Most of them are not here, must all germinate well without problem. But before we apply them in the soil, we always test the compost. Okay, we can have one heavy metal problem, we can have salt problems, we can have. In my mind, salt is not a bad thing. In low quantities, it's not a bad thing because they have a lot of nutrients. Most of nutrients who are depleted in our soil are in the salt for sure. Some of them we know the soil needs, but I believe there are nutrients that the soil needs that we don't know yet. Okay, we think they are nothing, are not missing. There, as cobalt, one of the talks in our group was about cobalt. Boron, much of the people knows about boron, but about cobalt, molybdenum is another nickel said one, nickel, selenium, our selenium, our cobalt, our molybdenum. Our selenium are below the level, the levels who can be detected by the actual methods. We have some for sure, we have grow, but we need to add some trace elements. Some of them we don't. At this time we don't. The science. This is not science. The agricultural people doesn't know they are missing in the soil.
What you use for nickel, for example?
So nickel sulfate. Yeah, but this is 20 grams per 20 grams per hectare, things like that. Okay, the problem is sometimes spray them correctly. Okay, but our strategy and medium long term is remineralization the soil with basalt. Okay, so but for the nutrients are available for the plants. That takes some years for the microbiology to solubilize the nutrients from basalt. So in the short term, this year, we must to add with sulfates for foliars, for example, and the plants keep them in the soil. Okay.
How do you change? How do you turn, and how often do you turn, and how much mass did you need for this pile?
In this the turn we use the Elaine Ingham enseignement teaching or learning, and we turn at when we have the right temperature. Normally these piles are have low nitrogen levels. They don't have big temperatures 4 times. It's normally is okay. When we have high nitrogen levels, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, depends.
Above, what's the degree that you turn at? Like how much degrees centigrade?
65, I think. We have a procedure for that. I'm not sure. Now we have 2 tools. We have the manure spreader when we have great quantities. For this one, for example, is a big pile. Is better with the manure spreader. When it's small piles, we use the one tool made for yes, this one. Yeah. Okay, let's go. Here you have residues of basalt. We are always adding basalt to our compost for remineralization purposes, but also paramagnetic purposes. Okay? See, yeah, basalt. In your right, we are creating a new area for market garden. The sticks are the center of the pads, and we use the BCS for make the beds. Okay. In my right, we have one wild area, are about around 3 hectares. We preserve them for more wild for the birds and all the animals who doesn't want to be with these activities and the humans. They can have a habitat to have their lives. We introduce also 2 donkeys, some goats, some sheep to make the ecosystems work. Here we have our compost area. This pile is with a lot of manure, cow manure. It's all. It's already. It's almost ready. Yeah. This is a lot of cow manure. Have also have 4 months or more, or 4 months or more.
Cow manure and just
Manure and wood chips,
okay.
and already basalto. We, in our case, we had also some phosphoric rock. It is like this, no? Okay, and lots of basalt.
No.
And some boron. I think this one have some boron also.
No green.
Here? No. We have only we have one only with carbon, without manure, with low nitrogen, and we have this with high nitrogen. After we can mix it for the right purpose. Okay.
Where do you test?
Well, we test in the laboratory, A2, one laboratory in Braga, called A2. André have the contact and a good relationship with them. A2.
He said he was sending his to the States.
No, we meant some for the States, not the compost. Not compost. The soils, yes. The soils and yes. This is the thing more similar we have to Johnson Sioux compost. This is compost. This is from the uma serração, I don't know, wood factory.
Wood factory.
Yeah, and this is more than 10 years. Is a pile in the wood factory with more than 10 years. We only pass them in, I don't know, crivo. Someone. For cleaning, there's a lot of sticks, and we remove them in this machine. And this is the thing more similar to Johnson Sioux compost we have, and without work. I don't think is a lot of difference. This is a pile with some oxygen entries, and make them without movements for 1 year. This have 10 years without movement. I think there's a lot of fungi here for sure. Yeah. This is the the worms beds. Here we have the worms beds, but are not ergonomical, and the people doesn't like to work here. Here we have a good example how animals can improve the system. When we have more animal manure or more poop, the grass are waking up. Okay, in the other areas or where don't have, the soils continue sleeping. In this area we also have bees. Okay. Here we have a good example how we can restore soils. Okay, we put here the hay for the animals eat, and the animals eat. The animals make their needs here, and after 1 month, 2 months is explosion of life. Before we have animals here, we don't have one grass.
Paolo, I'm sorry for the question. Like, I feel that we are at the top of your mountain here.
The top of our, yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to share with us, how do you see things, like, from all that you've worked with Anna and everyone, like, where you've been and where you're going, and what's your, why are you doing all of this?
It's very easy. As I said yesterday, in our way, in our work in the industry, we began with meat until 5 years, and meat at sometimes seems to me is not very popular with the new generations, and I'd see the move to the fish, and I see the problems in the fish are the same or greater than in meat, so we also think maybe we can include the vegetables in our business. So I understand the vegetables are also a big problem, the pesticides, residues, all of these things, and the impact of the bad agriculture have in the world. So, as is very clear, the actual food system doesn't serve the people, doesn't serve the planet, does not serve the animal well-being, and we need to do something. And our corporate responsibility, but also in the way the way we think. We in our mind, the way we have to return some of the lack, some of the money we have to the society is make this change in the food system and bring with us all money as possible.
And has this changed you as a person?
Yes, I understand how nature works. I think the most important in the process is regeneration yourself first. The way of you thinking. One of the quotes we have in the farm is from Albert Einstein, and says something like the world as we have is a process of thinking. You cannot make the same things or think the same way and expect different results. And I think we are thinking in another way and making the things in another way. Yeah, is that?
I think it's wonderful
Thanks.
to see it, to see the change, to show it, and to make it. Like, I think we always need to lead by example in life.
It's one of the things who makes move us from the agricultural field was our providers doesn't believe it's possible feed cows with grass or make vegetables without chemicals. So I decided to show them how it's possible, how can be more even better for the planet and better for our health. Yeah. Now is our mission, is not our work. Yeah. Something like that. Bem, let's go. We have a good examples of pines. Pines also have allelopathic effects, but with animals it's possible also have grasses below pines. Okay, it's not without animals for sure it was impossible. Yeah. On your left you have asparagus field around 6,000 square meters. Here we have our small glamping. Yeah. Here we have our small glamping for the people who visit us can have a place to stay. Okay. The farm have two valleys, and in the end of the farmer, in each valley we have a dam for water retention. In this field we have 20 species working together. I think is visible the energy and the vigor. No, I don't think they have energy in this time. A lot of grow, a lot of energy, no press, no insect press, no disease press. Ecosystem working at all ecosystems should working. Yeah. I'm not sure what we will do it now, if we cut and make silage, or if we give the pasture to the cows. We are deciding depends how the rains, how many rains we have, because the cows in the clay soils, when the soils are wet, they make a lot of compactation, and this is not a good idea. It's better we cut here and give them in another place.
What is the grasses?
We have a lot here. We have azevém, favas, a lot of brassicas. We have a lot of Phacelia, also have Phacelia. We also have a lot of clovers, 3-4 clovers. We have alfalfa for sure. Some species only comes after the first cut. Okay. Some of them are more precoces and.
Prepare your beds with a tractor, with a bed shaper, probably a big rotor tiller that makes everything like perfectly flat, and you need to have some mechanism where you sprout all the weeds, and then this would work. So if ever you're thinking about going into the mesclun business and really produce a lot of mesclun, this tool might be your best friend, but it's at the kind of another level. Make sense?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. You pull the rope, it's actioned, and then it just cuts, and the mesclun comes here, and then you just harvest it like that. Yes.
Did you try it for herbs?
I did not try it for herbs, but again, you need to have a lot of herbs to justify, because this is probably like 2,000 euros, I think, or so if you're doing volumes, yeah. But it's rare that market gardeners do such volumes. Like this would be for a bigger farm. But if somebody wants to use it, there's not really nothing so appropriate, but we could try it in.
And try here.
Yeah, we can try it in that, just to get the feel for it. So this is the double wheel hoe that I showed you. There was a picture of it, and then in the carrots I showed you this. Honestly, this tool I really like. I think this tool saves a lot of time. The idea is just that you have your rows, and then you're just kind of going, and then you're cultivating 2 rows at once, and also it's bringing soil onto the row. So sometimes weeds, they grow on the row. So if you hit them before the weeds are grow, you bury them, and you'll take care of them. I personally, to use this, I remove those discs. I have more control over it. I can feel it better, and I like this tool, and I use it a lot.
You remove what?
These 2 discs. These 2 discs I remove, and I get more precise with what I want. Otherwise, sometimes you cut your greens with this.
And it's for maximum 5 rows?
Yeah, I would say 6 you can. 6 you can. Well, it's simple. You just need to have the right calibration, so the right roller. There's a roller inside here that you change, and there's also a combination of wheels. It's like a gear. So with the roller and the gear setting, depending on your crop, you get the perfect spacing. And then this is like a tank. You just go in and you seed, and you're pretty sure that you'll get the density that you want. So this seeder is really good. You don't need to have a perfect clean seed bed. I have the one that has 3 to 5 hoppers together, has a larger wheel in the front and the back, and for the price I also think it's worth it, because then I could do 10 rows on 2 passage, and it replaces the 6-row seeder or this other seeder. Okay, is that clear? So this one comes gang if you want. So this, highly recommended. This is from Terra Donis, Jang in the US. This is kind of like an alternative, cheaper, of a seeder. This seeder will work only with small round seeds. It won't work with bigger seeds. There's another cedar. We didn't see it yesterday, but it's called the Earthway. Yeah, it's called Earthway here. Both of them work together. This cedar works, but you need to have super clean tilled soil that doesn't have any rocks, any debris, like really, really good soil, like perfect soil. And then it works.
And perfect moisture.
And perfect moisture.
I still
don't
have
use that.
This is the kind of tool that you need to become one with the tool.
Exactly.
You need to feel it. You need to. There's a whole thing about it.
Elliot Coleman preferred.
Yes, but because you didn't know this one. This one you don't need to be an expert. You just need to go. And so for me, teaching people how to farm, like I prefer this one because I say this is the calibration. Just go. This one you really need to feel it. Okay. But it's less. Is it even less expensive? Probably.
Oh yeah, it's 150 euros.
Okay, so it's cheap. But back home, it's in the U.S. it's not so cheap because it's made in Switzerland.
How much is the other cedar?
500. And then plus the rollers. You have to buy the rollers.
There's a lot of them used because when we talk about the dark side of market gardening, there's a lot of people that start and stop. That's how it is. Any business, 1 out of 5 will make it. In year 5, market gardening is not so different. And so you can get these used and they're good for a lifetime. So it replaces the harrow or the rototiller. It works well, we can try it. Broad fork, and then use this, put your amendment, your compost. It's gonna level and firm the seed bed on a few centimeters. It's gonna create a good tilt. I'm never shy from saying that I don't like Neversink because they're not good people. But honestly, like it's the first time that I try it, and it's really cool. Those handles, they work well.
But then compared to the tilter, this one is completely over-designed. Like, I don't understand why they have a clutch there.
Yeah. So this one is much better, eh?
No, the tilter is better.
Oh, the tilter's better.
Because it has a string. It's kind of this. The clutch breaks really easily. Like my neighbor has it.
This is easier to carry around.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has a little strap here.
And it's also lighter. But I have the feeling that I use the filter for many years and it's still working, right? The same.
And when you don't have stones,
I have the feeling it's not gonna last.
Yeah, well, this doesn't have stones, so we can try it, and you'll feel it. You'll see if you like it, and it's honestly it's a pretty good idea, like to prepare your seed beds. Obviously, let's say you'd have these are 30-meter beds. Let's say you have 10 beds to prepare today. Like it's probably worth it to take the BCS and just go. This is going to be a lot of work, but in the greenhouse, if you have 1 or 2 beds, like boom, I just take it, I go. It's convenient in that way. Make sense? Questions about this?
Why you're never seen not with people?
Oh, personal stories. We all have ex-girlfriends and ex-boyfriends. The bed rep rake, why it's really important is that to get a really good tilt, you need to take the debris out, and so it's really good at that. It levels again and it straightens the bed. This is the size of the bed. I think that's why we got beds that are 75 centimeters was because of the rake. In the original theory of all of this, I think the rake standardized the bed, and now the bed is the standard and all the tools go with that. We have tubes that go on it. You've probably seen this. So you can mark your rows, and then you can cross the other way, and then you have the grid pattern. This tool, nothing more to say that it's a big part of doing the work of preparing a bed. And
it's very light.
It's very light. It's very nice. It's a really good rake. Try it. I've seen this probably 1,000 times. The crop, transplant, or direct seed will be as good as how the bed was prepared. If the bed was well prepared, like a bed like this, really well prepared, the crop's gonna grow well. If the bed is like those that I saw up there, Like just not straight, not well leveled. The crop just doesn't go. I don't know why. But you need to apply yourself when you do the bed prep. This tool is good for that. Is my design, and it got copied a few times. This is to bury leaks, so it's very specific. I don't know if some growers use it for other reasons, but the idea with this is like once you have leeks, you know, you need to hill them to blanch them. Now, the goal with leeks is to have big, nice white stems. And so in market gardening, if you want to hill them, you'll have 2 rows on your bed to leave enough room to go and hill them. So it was Elliot Coleman's idea to put 3 rows and bury them.
Yeah.
So we poke a hole, we put the leeks, we grow really long leeks in the nursery, and then we leave about like 4 or 5 centimeters sticking out. And then that's what the leek will be blanched about this size, and then we even put straw over it then to blanch it some more. So this is just to make the hole so that you can put your leeks in. It goes like this. Okay, it marks, and then you come, and then you'll be dropping your leeks. Yeah. So very specific, but let's say you have 10, 30 meter beds of leeks, it's going to save you a lot of time.
And it's okay to drop the leeks in the hole, because some people say, no, why? No, don't do anything, just drop them and
it works.
Just leave them. You don't close it, it's okay.
This is broad fork by Terratech. I personally don't like this broad fork. It's very heavy and it's very wide.
I hate this broad fork.
So broad fork, you've seen it. I don't need to really over-explain. But yeah, broad fork. This is another broad fork. This one I already like a bit better. Has longer tines. I think like depth, like we talked yesterday, depth is important. And one of our all-time best farm apprentice, who's now an amazing flower farmer, best friend of Modelen, she poked her foot with the tine like this. It went and through her toes, like between. It's like miracle on earth. And so I always teach at the big farm, like the way you use this is you go like this and then you plant. You really like just slide it. You don't go like this. Because when you do it for many hours, or if let's say you're not focused, it can happen that you swing your finger.
And also you don't lift the whole weight like this,
Yeah.
you just drag it. It just happened last week for the first time.
To you?
Not to me, like there was a volunteer that wanted to try it, and I let her bird frock a bit. And like 5 minutes later she came to me, oh my foot, and she poked herself.
Oh my God.
Never heard about it.
It looks like a dangerous claw.
No, because it was not such bad.
That happens, and so you can try it too. Then the other tools that we have, they're all the tools for the BCS. So the first one we see is the rotary harrow with the tines working like this. We'll fix it. We'll use it. You have to the left is the rotary. Fuck man, j'ai oublié mon.
Plow?
No, it's not the rotary plow. It's the tiller. I use this like 1,000 times and I forget it, but it's the shredder, whatever.
Flail mower.
Flail mower. And so I think we can use it on probably something like this. You'll see it. And then there's a few rotary plows there. There's one that's double. You can see how that works. On this farm, you see what they did with the wheel. Like personally, that's not what I would do. Like I know that the beds, they don't compact when you walk the BCS on it. and then it's a lot less easier to maneuver when you have big wheels. Personal choice. I like the wheels really close to the engine. It's more compact, turns better. It's less of a big thing to move, like it's more of a smaller thing. BCS, it's widely adopted, it's good. The unfortunate thing about it, it's getting pricier and pricier, and they don't seem to understand that the benefit is that it's less technical. We don't need power clutches, and we just need something simple, inexpensive. But also, if you're with shorter hands, it's hard to clutch. So that's something to keep in mind. And let's say you're not a big person, whatever. And it's normal if you use it at first that it doesn't feel right. It takes a little while to get it. So that's that. Perfect soil for transplant or direct seeding.
But do you think that this is a bit too much, like, at the moment it goes a bit deep because the roller behind this is essential. I also agree with you. I think the roll needs to be there
to balance.
At the moment it's going
it's going all the way to the end.
Like,
yeah, you don't need it just like this.
But you can adjust the distance with the.
I think the roll is.
We tried the roll and in first instance it doesn't work.
Also,
no,
the roller lifts the bed, then
it firms it.
Exactly, it firms it, which is essential for direct seeding, for example.
So, but again, just coming back to the idea is that a perfectly conditioned bed will grow amazing crops, and you need moisture and you need air into the soil. So broad fork in this, and you see it's not going too fast. It's just like it's going slowly. It's just mixing, and it's not inverting the layers. It's not bringing the bottom back up, and it's not creating a hard pan.
And it's not killing the worms.
It's not killing the worms. You see the aggregates are still there, so it's just perfect. So there's money involved with this tool, but at this size of farm, it's definitely worth it.